everyone, it's Chai. I am coming to you for a second time this week to tell you something awesome, and you probably already noticed it. Look, the orange is gone! The orange is gone! So I wanted to let you guys know what's been going on with my hair, and this is like, if you're into gameplay stuff, whatever, do not watch this, just click on past it. I would like to call this video Henna Hell, because that's what this was. It was 3 months ago, just over 3 months ago, that I was bleach blonde and I was sick of it and I wanted something different, and so I thought, hey Henna, first wrong decision. Hey henna, that's the worst decision I could have made. I bought some 100% pure henna. You guys already know this if you've watched my previous vlog about it, the one called Orange. And I put it on my head, and then this happened. Orange! And yeah, so 100% pure henna on bleach blonde hair turns orange. That's where the orange came from. And I thought, oh, well, maybe if I do it again, maybe it'll go darker. It was like the worst decision I could have made. Kind of like, you know, those people who get in these relationships where they kind of hate each other and they're like, maybe if we move in together we won't hate each other as much. And then they still really hate each other, and so then they're like, maybe if we get married we won't hate each other as much. And then so they get married and you're like, what are you doing, dude? That was basically me with henna in my hair. And it was just so orange. And there was nothing I could do about it, so I just thought I'd rock orange. And I couldn't. Like, I don't know that anyone can like legitimately rock orange. Except for maybe clowns. That was 3 months ago, and just recently, like within the past, we'll say a month, I just really got the bug to kill the orange. So I did so much research, and I saw that like there were oil treatments, and there were lemon treatments, and none of those really seemed to work. And some people said they had success bleaching the henna out, but every single person who did that said that they had so much damage that they ended up having to cut a lot of hair off because of how aggressive the bleach needed to be in order to get the henna out. So I was not really excited about that. I did see on, I think it's like Long Hair Communities, some forum where somebody said they were able to get the henna out using color oops. So about a week ago, I went and I got some color oops from my Walgreens, from the local Walgreens. And first and foremost, I would like to warn anyone who's going to use color oops that it smells like butthole. And everything will always smell like butthole after that. Like everything you touch will smell like butthole. It's horrible. It's like the worst smell, and you can't get rid of it. It just like permeates everything. It taints everything it touches. It's horrible. But there are a lot of people who have a lot of really good success with it, so anyway, I used that on my hair, and if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen the picture, the before and after, where it was like, I used it, and it looks like nothing changed. But I literally let it sit on my hair for 3 hours. We watched Batman vs. Superman. Kick-ass movie, by the way, while it processed, and that's a 3-hour movie in the director's cut. So I let it process for 3 hours. I rinsed it for, God, as long as I had hot water. It must have been at least 35 minutes, probably 40, because I let it run a little bit cold too, just in case. And I had a really cold head by the end of it. But I rinsed it for as long as I could. I got out, nothing changed. The problem with that, and I will tell you why later, but the problem with that was that then afterward, well, I guess this was over a week ago, so every time that I showered since then, whenever my hair got wet, you could smell the color oops on it. You could smell like the nasty kind of rotten eggy smell, like the butthole smell, was in my hair. That is important, and I'll tell you why in a second. So today my husband and I were just kind of talking, we were kind of throwing ideas back and forth, and he was like, you should just go dark. You should just go dark over the top of the henna and see what happens. And so I, on a whim, texted my grandma and asked her, because she has a favorite stylist, I asked her if she would be available to do something like that to work with hennaed hair. And she just so happened to be available today, this afternoon, to do it, and she was actually pretty excited to do it. So I got to travel an hour south to my grandma's to go to the stylist with her, and holy moly, this is what she did. This is the magic This is the magic that she produced. This beautiful, rich brown that is just like, oh, it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. It's a little bit staticky on my face right now. I don't know why my hair loves to go staticky, especially after it's been to the salon. I don't know, it just does. Probably because it's so thin. But this is the magic that she pulled off. And she has never worked with hennaed hair. So she was really like kind of nervous about it, especially because if you read online, you can see that a lot of people say if you try to dye over the top of hennaed hair, then you will probably end up washing out all of your dye after 3 or 4 shampoos. And that's really discouraging. And so she knew that and took steps to avoid it. What she did was she did a hair, an opening treatment? Basically what Color Oops does, where it opens up the hair shaft, I think. I'm not a beautician, I could be totally lying to you, but it basically, it opens up your hair so that way you're able to rinse out the color that's already in it. And when it does that, it makes it really, really porous. So what she did is she opened it again, knowing that I had done the Color Oops. And in doing so, that allowed the dye to really take to the hair and go over the top of the henna. So she did that, let it process for how long. I was seriously sitting in that chair for like 4 hours, but worth it. So we let it process, let it rinse, and then she put a color that was really, really close to my natural over the top of that. And whenever you have an open, like you've done an opening serum of some kind, like what she did to me, an opening treatment, the color that you try to put over the top of it will always turn out a little bit darker. It looked amazing when she did that. It was way more warm. Like you could definitely see the red tones showing through. It looked more auburn and less brown. But then she took a really dark brown and wove it in. Oh, it was really cool what she was doing. I can't even show you. I can't even do it justice how cool it was, but she like wove the color in, and that's not so much of a figure of speech. Like it was almost literally she was weaving it into the strands to keep it light and to keep the deposit really thin so it wasn't like super dark. This is the result of all of that. And she said, see, this is where the Color Oops comes in. She said that because I had done that and because you could still smell it in my hair, it was still there. And so my hair was still open and it was still really receptive to treatments. And because of that whole process, that's probably why this was so successful, because this wasn't splotchy, it's not losing color, nothing is really wrong, like nothing went wrong, it was smooth as butter, the whole process. And I want to also say that she used oodles and gobs of Olaplex on my hair as well, so it's like the smoothest, softest hair I've ever had in my entire life. Like oh my gosh, guys. Holy crap. So yeah, this is what I have now, and I'm actually really happy with it. I really like the color, and I'm really surprised what it did to my skin. Like, I know I have these big studio lights that I film in front of, but if you look at like just my complexion on my face while I'm sitting here talking to you right now, and then watch my previous vlog where, it's the same setup, same location, and same lights, but my face just looks kind of icky. Like kind of, I don't know, ruddy is probably the right adjective. I'm not positive, I don't know. It's really different. This makes my skin look really healthy and it makes my eyes look really blue. Like you can't tell, but like how blue my eyes are. Orange just kind of is a terrible color to wear in your hair, I think. Like you can't pull it off. It always looks bad. It doesn't matter what you do. It always looks bad. So that's the whole process. And so I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you're going through henna hell, if you have dyed your hair henna, using 100% pure, not indigo. If you do anything with indigo, you have to be so careful trying to get rid of it. But if you used 100% pure henna and you just really want to get rid of it because it's orange or the color is really bad or whatever, or you're just sick of it, if you're willing to go dark, find a stylist that you love and that you trust, and find some Color Oops. Let it process on your hair for 3 hours, then rinse it all as much as you can, and then a week later go to that stylist and say, I want to go dark, this is henna, help. And they will probably be able to fix it. And oh my gosh, I'm just elated. I'm so happy it's not orange anymore. I know I was rocking the orange and then I was pretending like everything was okay, but I really like hated it deep down. And this is like liking the color at least is kind of helping me get over the fact that I don't like the length, because I really like, I've had hair that went down to here most of my life, and at least down to here, usually longer. And so it's just, this has been a struggle, this whole thing right here. So I'm just waiting for it to grow out. But I love this color. I love the color, and I love having dark hair, actually. I didn't think, well, it's not that I didn't think I would, I was just a little bit worried about it. I was a little bit worried about it because I make a lot of bad decisions. And so I was a little bit worried about it. But I'm really happy with it, actually. I hope you guys like it. Like, I know it makes it a little bit harder to see kind of where my head is, especially if I turn down the lights. But I don't know. I just really like it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please smack that like button. Leave me comments down below. Share your henna story with me if you have one. Please subscribe. I'd love to see you here again. And as always, I will see all of you wonderful people in the next video.